other stuff as we see fit.
And just to the importance of the issue, I know you have a lot of notes too, and normally
Yes.
as the chair you don't get a chance to
No.
comment, and I'm hoping you will tonight actually for our benefit as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Back to the list, Councillor Zalepa and then Councillor Martin.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. I appreciate Councillor Flynn putting me on the spot. It's okay, that's what we're here for anyways. What I wanted to say is I do have a couple of responses to some of the deputants just for the information. I do want to answer Councillor Flynn's question that the committee did go through an extensive process. In fact, if I'm correct, I think there was 33 rewrites that went through committee, each and every single one of them, line by line, sentence by sentence, painstaking, and mistakes get, perceptions. When you read, sometimes people get a different perspective. The committee's focus is keeping a high school in our community. Simply, that's it. The committee is frustrated with urban schools being filled by our students from rural communities. And I think I heard Councillor Kaiser say, I think we're all, the community's pretty much behind that concept. I know there are a lot of other things that not everybody's happy with, but they're facts. Some of them, I think we do need to look at them all, and we're not perfect, so I'll be the first to admit that. I have a good working committee, and I'm happy to take some of the suggestions back to the committee. I don't expect council to do committee work here, and we can always work on that. But I do want to say it is essential that the minister hears our story. This community has been through an awful episode with this high school. Recently in the newspaper, there were interviews of some students, high school students, and these children, the students and pupils are they're troubled, and that's just not fair. When we were going to school, when I attended high school just a couple of years ago, you didn't have to worry about that. Wasn't stressed out over that. Where am I going to go to school? Where's my job going to be? How am I going to get home from work? I wasn't worried about that. I was worried about where we're going to go for the next hockey game and who's partying, where house we're going to go party at. And that's what our children should be thinking about in their education, where they're going to go to university and how their education is doing, and what sports team they're playing at. That's what they should be worried about. And that's the message we want to send. But we need to put all the facts on the table. We can't soften it or water it down so that when it gets there, the minister just is going to say, well, that's nice, but you're one of 100 other communities that are complaining about their school closure as well. But you know what? It's not. Niagara-on-the-Lake's different. We have almost 800 kids eligible for high school in this community. We deserve to have a school for them. Now, I'm sure not all 100% of them are going to attend. I'm not saying that. And the brief never said we're going to force anybody to go anywhere. We think we should have the facility, and the facility will attract students. It's proven that when the facility's poor, it pushes them away. Obviously, that's what happens. So, that's what I wanted to say. I do have a couple of things that, if you permit me, just to respond to a couple of the comments of the deputants. There was a comment with respect to the chamber survey. I just, obviously I didn't run the survey or anything. I didn't do that. But it's my understanding that all the respondents were authenticated. Full addresses and names were given, which obviously is kept private because that's private personal information. There's the Privacy Act doesn't actually do that out. But the chamber is a credible business organization in this town. They lead our main street and our businesses across this town. So they stepped up and did something, and I'm sure I know they put all of the proper things into place to make that a credible result of asking our community things. And there was a question about Catholic participation in campus in that survey as well, Lord Mayor, just so, because that was asked. One other thing that I wanted to bring up too was there was mention about Ms. Green's review of the review.
Yes.
And there's no doubt that her paper says that the DSPN followed their policy. Of course they did. It's just that the policy in it, we see inherent flaws. But it wasn't her job to say, well, that wasn't a fair process. It was her job to say, did you follow the policies as prescribed? And indeed, the DSPN did an excellent job of covering off all their points. But that didn't get us anywhere in this community, as you can see here we are tonight. So we're not satisfied with that. And the other thing I just wanted to say was about elementary school children and the poor facilities that our kids are in. It's not this council's. It's not our capital budget that we're trying to figure out. That's their plan. They're supposed to have a long-term plan for facilities in this community. And it's a shame that there's delay for the pupils in Virgil. But I will say, if there's going to be anybody going to look at schools, go look at them all. Go look at the classroom in the basement of Parliament Oak with the pipes hanging out. It's there too. So, you know, it's just a poor job overall of managing our facilities in this town. And the one that's really got us is the high school. And it's been run into the ground. There's no doubt about it. And this brief spells it out very well. And, you know, I'm not saying that we can't work on it. I know we can. And I guess my suggestion to council is that, you know, we've heard all the comments tonight, and it's appreciated. It's, where else can you get grassroots, you know, grassroots democracy? People will tell you what you think. You take their feedback, and we'll make it better. And the committee will. And if that